How are you? Hope all of you are fine and in good health. Today's our topic is quantum mechanical model of atom. So let's start with the quantum mechanics. First topic is towards quantum mechanical model of atom. To study this, we have to first learn about the quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is a theoretical science that deals with the study of motion of the microscopic objects that have both observable wave-like and particle-like properties. It specifies the law of motion that these objects obey. Two important developments which contribute significantly in the formulation of such a model were: one is dual behavior of matter and other one is Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So now we discuss about the dual behavior of matter. Dual behavior of matter, the French physicist de Broglie in 1924 proposed that matter like radiations should exhibit dual behavior, that is both particle and wave-like properties. This means that just as the photon has momentum as well as the wavelength, electron should also have momentum as well as wavelength. De Broglie from this analogy gave the following relation between wavelength and the momentum of the material particle. Here lambda is equal to the h upon mu, that is m is the mass of particle, v is the velocity, m into v, that is called momentum, we depict it here with the p, and lambda is the wavelength. Now we discuss Heisenberg uncertainty principle. The German physicist Werner Heisenberg in 1927 proposed that it is impossible to determine simultaneously the exact position and exact momentum of an electron. Mathematically, it can be given as delta x into delta p should be equal to or more than h upon 4 pi. Delta x is uncertainty in position, delta p is uncertainty in momentum. If position of the electron is known with the high degree of accuracy, then velocity of electron will be uncertain and vice versa. Now we will discuss about the significance of uncertainty principle. One of the important implications of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle is that it rules out existence of definite path or trajectories of electron and other similar particles. It is therefore means that the precise statement of position and momentum of electron have to be replaced by the statement of probability. So now we discuss about the reasons for the failure of Bohr's model. Bohr's model of hydrogen atom not only ignore the dual behavior of matter that is given by de Broglie, but also contradicts the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Now we discussed about the quantum mechanical model of atom. Quantum mechanics was developed by Werner Heisenberg and Erwin Schrödinger independently in 1926. The fundamental equation of quantum mechanics was given by Schrödinger, that is H psi is equal to the E psi. Psi is here wave function of coordinate of electron's position in three-dimensional space. It does not have any physical meaning. That H represents the Hamiltonian operator that contains mathematical term that produce the total energy of an atom when applied to the wave function. Here E stands for the total energy of the atom, as it is a sum of potential energy due to the attraction between the proton and electron and kinetic energy of the moving electron. Now some important features of quantum mechanical model of atom. Quantum mechanical model of atom is the picture of the structure of atom which emerges from the application of the Schrödinger equation to atoms. The following are the important features of the quantum mechanical model of atom. First feature is the energy of electron in atom is quantized, that is, it can only have certain specific value. For example, when electrons are bound to in the atoms, the existence of quantized electron energy level is direct result of the wave like property of electron and are allowed solution of Schrödinger wave equation. Third is both the exact position and exact velocity of an electron in an atom cannot be determined simultaneously. The path of an electron in an atom therefore can never be determined accurately. Fourth is atomic orbital is the wave function for an electron in an atom. All the information about the electron in an atom is stored in its orbital wave function, that is psi. Quantum mechanics make it possible to extract this information out of psi. The probability of finding an electron at a point within an atom is proportional to the square of orbital wave function, that is psi square at that point. So psi square is known as probability density. Now we'll discuss about the orbital and quantum numbers. A large number of orbitals are possible in an atom. Qualitatively, these orbitals can be distinguished by their size, shape, and orientation. An orbital of smaller size means there is more chance of finding the electron near the nucleus. Similarly, shape and orientation means there is more probability of finding the electron along certain directions than along others. Atomic orbitals are precisely distinguished by what are known as quantum numbers. Each orbital is designated by 3 quantum number which are labeled as n, l and m. N is principal quantum number, l is azimuthal quantum number, whereas m is magnetic quantum number. So now we discuss about the principal quantum number. The principal quantum number is denoted by n. It is positive integer with the value of 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. The principal quantum number determines the size and to the large extent the energy of the orbital. The principal quantum number also identifies the shell. With the increase in value of n, the number of allowed orbitals increases and are given by n square. So if you want to find number of orbitals in a shell, the formula is n square. All the orbitals of a given value of n constitute a single shell of the atom and are represented by following letters. If n is equal to 1, then shell notation is k. If n is equal to 2, then shell notation is l. If n is equal to 3, then shell notation is m, and so on. Size of an orbital increase with increase of principal quantum number. Now we discuss about the azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number is denoted by L and it is also known as orbital angular momentum or subsidiary quantum number. It defines the three-dimensional shape of the orbital. For a given value of n, L can have n values ranging from 0 to n minus 1. That is, for a given value of n, the possible values of L are L is equal to the 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. For illustration, when n is equal to 1, value of L is only 0. When n is equal to 2, the possible value of L can be 0 and 1. It has only 2 values. For the n is equal to 3, then L has 3 value. There may be 0, 1, 2. Now we discuss about the value of L and the notation for the subshell. If the value of L is 0, then notation for the subshell is S, and value of L is 1, then notation is P, and value of L is 2, then notation for the subshell is D, and so on. So now we discussed about the magnetic quantum number, but before that we discussed about this chart about the azimuthal quantum number. When n is equal to 1, L is 0, so then subshell notation is 1s. Here 1 represent the principal quantum number and s represent the azimuthal quantum number. 2, when value of n is 2, then L has two value, that is 0 and 1. Here 2 and value of L is 0, then it is 2s. When value of L is 1 and n is 2, then it represents a 2p orbital. 3, when n values is 3, L has 3 values 0, 1, 2, and for 0 it has 3s, and for 1 it has 3p, and for the 2 it has 3d, and so on. Now we discuss about the magnetic quantum numbers. Magnetic quantum number is represented by small m. It gives information about the spatial orientation of the orbital with respect to the standard set of coordinate axes. For any subshell defined by the L value, m has 2L plus 1 values. These values are given by m is equal to minus L, minus L minus 1, minus L minus 2, 0, 1, L minus 2, L minus 1 and L. It started from the minus L, then goes to the 0 and move to the positive L. The following charts give the relationship between the subshell and the number of orbitals associated with it. Value of L is 0, subshell notation is S, and it has only one orbital. Value of L is 1, subshell notation is P. P can have 3 orbitals. When the value of L is 2, subshell notation is D. D can have 5 orbitals. So on, F can have 7 and G can have 9. Now next is, fourth one is that electronic spin quantum number. An electron spin around its own axis. In other words, an electron has, beside charge and mass, intrinsic spin angular momentum is also there. Spin angular momentum of electron is a vector quantity. It can have two orientation relative to the chosen axis. These two orientations are distinguished by spin quantum number S, which can take the value of positive half or negative half. These are called two spin states of the electron and are normally represented by two arrows. One is spin up and other is spin down. Two electrons that have different values, one that is for plus 1 and other is minus half, are said to have opposite spin. An orbital cannot hold more than 2 electrons. These 2 electrons should have opposite spin. To sum up these 4 quantum numbers, these 4 quantum numbers provide us following informations and define the subshell, define the main shell, that is shell, determines the size of orbital and also to the large extent the energy of the orbital. There are n subshell in nth shell. L identify the subshell and determines the shape of orbitals. There are 2L plus 1 orbital of each type in a subshell, that is one S orbital L is 0, 3 p orbitals, L is 1. 5 d orbital, L is equal to 2. To some extent, L also determines the energy of the orbital in a multi-electron atom. M designates the orientation of orbital. For a given value of L, M has 2L plus 1 value, the same as a number of orbitals per subshell. S refer to the orientation of the spin of the electron. Now we go for the German physicist M. Max Born. The square of wave function at a point gives the probability density of the electron at that point. The variation of psi as a function of r for 1s, 2s and 3s orbital is given below. Here again you may note that the curves for 1s, 2s and 3s orbitals are different. It may be noted that for 1s orbital the probability density is maximum at the nucleus and it decreases sharply as we move away from the nucleus. On the other hand, for the 2s orbital, the probability density first decreases sharply to 0 and again start increasing. After reaching a small maxima, it decreases again and approaches 0 as the value of r increases further. The region where this probability density function reduced to 0 is called nodal surface or simply nodes. In general, it has been found that ns orbital has n minus 1 nodes. That is, number of node increase with the increase of principal quantum number. In other words, number of nodes for the 2s orbital is 1 and 2 for the 3s, 3 for the 4s and so on. Probability density plots of 1s, 2s and 3s atomic orbitals. The density of dot represent the probability density of finding the electron in that region. Here you saw the 1s orbital probability density plot, here 2s and also 3s. 2s has only one node whereas 3s has two nodes. For a given orbital, only that boundary surface diagram of constant probability density is taken to be good representation of the shape of the orbital, which encloses a region or volume in which the probability of finding the electron is very high, say 90%. The boundary surface diagram for 1s, 2s and 3s are given below. All the s orbitals are spherical symmetrical. That is, the probability of finding the electron at a given distance is equal in all the directions. It is also observed that the size of s orbital increase with increase in principal quantum number, that is n. That is 4s has larger size than the 3s, 3s has a larger size than 2s, and so on. The electron is located further away from the nucleus as the principal quantum number increases. Now we discuss about the p orbitals. P orbitals have two lobes separated by a node at the nucleus, labeled according to the axis of xyz coordinate system along which the lobes lie. P orbital function have sign in different region of space. It has positive and negative phases. Here you see that is on the first is on the x-axis. You see that it has two lobes, and one is positive and other is negative. Second one is on the y-axis, and third one is on the z-axis. All the three has two lobes and have positive and negative phases. Like s orbital, p orbital increase in size and energy with increase in principal quantum numbers. Hence, the order of energy and the size of various p orbital is 4p has larger energy and bigger than the 3p, 3p has larger size and energy than the 2p. The number of nodes are given by the n minus 2, that is number of radial node is 1 for the 3p and 2 for the 4p, and so on. A cross section of electron probability distribution for a 3p orbital is given below. Now about the d orbital. The 5d orbitals are designated as dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square, x square, y square, dz square. The shape of the first four orbitals are similar to each other, whereas that of fifth one, that is dz square, is different from others. But all the 5 3d orbitals are equivalent in energy. The d orbitals for which n is greater than 3 also have similar shape to the 3d orbital but differ in energy and size. Beside the radial nodes, that is probability density function is 0, the probability density function for np and nd orbitals are 0 at planes passing through the nucleus. For example, in case of pz orbital, xy plane is a nodal plane. In case of dxy orbital, there are two nodal planes passing through the origin, bisecting the xy plane containing z-axis. These are called angular nodes. Number of angular nodes are given by L, that is one angular node for p orbital, two angular node for the d orbitals, and so on. So if you want to find the total number of nodes, it can be given by n minus 1, that is sum of L angular nodes, and n minus L minus 1, that is radial nodes. So sum of the angular nodes and the radial nodes, we can give the total number of nodes. Now we comes to the energy of orbitals. The energy of an electron in a hydrogen atom is determined solely by the principal quantum number. Thus, the energy of orbitals increases as follows. 1s has a less energy than the 2s. 2s and 2p has equivalent energy, whereas 3s has more energy than the 2p. 3s, 3p and 3d has equivalent energy, and so on. The orbital having the same energy are called degenerate orbitals. The energy of an electron in the multi-electron atom, unlike that of hydrogen atom, depends not only on the principal quantum number but also on its azimuthal quantum number. That is, for a given principal quantum number, S, P, D, F all have different energies. The main reason for having different energies of the subshell is the mutual repulsion among the electrons in multi-electron atoms. In multi-electron atoms, beside the presence of attraction between the electron and the nucleus, there are repulsion terms between every electron and other electron present in the atom. Thus, the stability of an electron in multi-electron atom is because total attractive interactions are more than the repulsive interaction. On the other hand, the attractive interactions of an electron increase with increase of positive charge on the nucleus. Due to presence of electrons in the inner shell, the electron in the outer shell will not experience the full positive charge of nucleus. The effect will be lowered due to partial screening of positive charge on the nucleus by the inner shell electrons. This is known as the shielding of the outer shell electron from the nucleus by the inner shell electrons. Here we depict the energy level diagrams for the few electronic shells. First, A is for the hydrogen atom and B is for the multi-electronic atom. Note that orbital for the same value of principal quantum numbers have the same energies even for the different azimuthal quantum number for hydrogen atom. You can see in the diagram 2s and 2p have the same energy level, 3s, 3p and 3d has the same energy level in the hydrogen atom. A is for the hydrogen. In case of multi-electron atoms, orbital with the same principal quantum number possess different energies for different azimuthal quantum number. In the B, that is for the multi-electron atoms, 2s and 2p have different energies. 2p has more energy than the 2s. 3s, 3p, 3d also has the different energies. That is in the multi-electron atoms. The filling of electrons into the orbital of different atom take place according to above principle, which is based on Pauli exclusion principle, the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity and the relative energy of the orbital. Now we discuss about the above principle. Aufbau principle. The word Aufbau in German means building up. The building up of orbital means the filling up of orbitals with electrons. The principle states that in the ground state of atoms, the orbitals are filled in order of their increasing energy. In other words, electrons first occupy the lowest energy orbital available to them and enter into higher energy orbitals only after the lower energy orbitals are filled. Here you see that 1s orbital value of n is 1 and value of L is 0. 1 plus 0, that is 1. It should be filled first. Here you saw that 3d and 4s. 4s, the value of n is 4 and value of L is 0. The sum is 4. Whereas for the 3d, sum of n plus L is 5. So 4s should be filled first, then 3d. And for the 3d and 4p, we saw that both have the sum value of n plus L is 5. Here we saw the quantum number, principal quantum number, that is 3d has a 3 principal quantum number, whereas 4p has a 4 principal quantum number. So 3d should be filled first as compared to 4p. Now we discuss about the Pauli exclusion principle. In the given atom, no two electrons can have the same set of 4 quantum numbers. As you know that spin quantum number, if one has a positive half, then other should have negative half. So they cannot have the same set of 4 quantum numbers. Two electrons cannot have. An orbital can hold only 2 electrons and they must have opposite spin. The maximum number of electrons in the shell with principal quantum number m is equal to 2n square. Now we discuss about the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. It states that pairing of an electron in the orbitals belonging to the same subshell does not take place until each orbital belonging to that subshell has got 1 electron each, that is, it is singly occupied. Cause of stability of completely filled and half filled subshell. It is an explanation why Hund's rule say that half filled and fully filled has extra stability. One is symmetrical distribution of electron, other is exchange energy. It is well known that symmetry leads to the stability. The completely filled or half filled subshell have symmetrical distribution of electron in them, so therefore they are more stable. Exchange energy. The stabilizing effect arises whenever 2 or more electrons with the same spin are present in the degenerate orbitals of a subshell. These electrons has a tendency to exchange their position, and during that process energy is released, which is known as exchange energy. This exchange energy stabilizes the half filled or fully filled orbital. Now our last topic is electronic configuration of atom. Here I have taken few atoms and did their electronic configurations. The distribution of electron into orbitals of an atom is called its electronic configuration. If one keeps in mind the basic rule, that is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, Pauli exclusion and of Bow, which governs the filling of different atomic orbitals, the electronic configuration of different atoms can be written very easily. Lithium, you know that its atomic number is 3, it is 1s2 and 2s1. Beryllium, its atomic number is 4, 1s2, 2s2. Boron, its atomic number is 5, 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. Carbon has atomic number 6, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Nitrogen. Nitrogen, whereas I want to discuss here carbon, here pairing has not take place until all are get simplified to p orbitals. Nitrogen has 7 atomic number, it has 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. Now p orbitals are singly filled. In next, that is oxygen, pairing take place. That is 1s2, 2s2, 2px2, 2py1, 2pz1 and so on, fluorine and neon. Neon is a noble gas. So that's we have completed it.